Sexton seems pretty happy. The program doing his own thing, happy on and off the bike. He's got that freedom. So do you expect him to come in pretty hard for that opener, mate?
I do, but I was looking for him to be more excited and more convincing with the new KTM and the new chassis. There was definitely some hesitation, and it doesn't mean he's not happy on it. It's just there's levels to it, right? I was really looking for him to come in and say, this was so much what I needed, the right decision, the right people, the right change. Like all of the frustration for last summer is gone, and I'm a new guy because of all these changes. And it wasn't that, it wasn't, he wasn't unhappy, but it wasn't the reassuring, over the moon, so excited, this was the answer I was looking for, attitude that I wanted to see from him. So we're going to find out, right? The racing is going to tell the tale of what this looks like. But he's got a new chassis. I'm sure they're still working through that. But it wasn't a home run as far as I'm concerned. And maybe he comes out and wins A1 and I look stupid. I don't know. I still think there are some bugs there to work out if I had to guess.
KTM have obviously just released the factory editions sort of to come out in the next sort of early in the new year. You can see that the frame is different to the older model. Would they have built that frame after Chase Sexton's kind of decided that how he wants his frame, or do you think that bike has not really got a great deal to do with his preparation for A1?
I would think that the changes were probably made a while ago based off of the feedback from Cooper Webb and Plessinger and, some of the MXGP guys as well. Because it takes too much time. Like, I don't think that Chase would have been able to test enough with KTM to give them enough feedback at the time to get that thing ready for production now. But in speaking to the other riders, it was interesting. The only rider that said, I don't like the new chassis and I'm not going to it, was Justin Barcia. He's going to stick with the old chassis. He didn't like the changes. He was really happy with the old bike. So just like anything else, it's personal preference. One of the most comical kind of aspects of the entire few days was having, Cooper Webb come in, then Chase Sexton come in, then Dylan Ferrandis come in, and you have Webb leaving the KTM, wasn't happy with the motorcycle, going to a Yamaha. You have Chase Sexton leaving Honda because he's unhappy with the chassis and going to KTM because he thinks that's going to be the answer. And then to round it out, you have Dylan Ferrandis leaving the Yamaha that Cooper Webb wanted because he doesn't like the Yamaha, going to the Honda that Chase Sexton didn't like anymore. So having those three all come in the same day and tell their stories of their preferences that none of them would match up. Like, I told all three of them, I want to get all of you in a room and you guys need to have therapy and sort all this out because none of this makes any sense. One guy's telling us how great this bike is and he left this other team because it's terrible. And the next guy comes in and tells us he's leaving that exact same team to go to his rival's team because it was terrible. And it's just, it's so funny how those things work. And again, some of it's just change for the sake of change. And then it's personal preference too. But it's really, really interesting to hear those comments because there's not a lot of uncertainty in their voice about their change. Like, they're telling you like this, like Dylan Ferrandis, like, I don't like the Yamaha Outdoors, can't ride it. No, thank you. And then Cooper Webb was like, I needed to get off the KTM and go to the Yamaha because of X, Y, and Z. Right. And it's like, both of you can't, like the way you're weighing this out, somebody has to be wrong. It's just really interesting.